G'day, you good motherfuckers, the Buttsman here, and I was recently in New Zealand and I was doing some shows there. You should come and see me live in Perth at the end of this month, alright? Tickets are available at isaacbutterfield.com, but they're nearly sold out. 2 massive shows in Perth. Anyway, I was in New Zealand, and you know what? I was shocked to learn that they despise their Prime Minister. Jacinda Ardern, this lady right here. They absolutely hate her. I told a joke about her on stage. For reasons that are apparent to people who are at the shows, it can't be repeated here. But anyway, I was so shocked and I was concerned about the reaction that people would have. I didn't know if they loved her or hate her, because we're always told in Australia by the media that they love Jacinda Ardern in New Zealand. They live and breathe everything she does and says as gospel. But it turns out that the regular folk outside of the media hate this woman. They do not want her as their leader, and they despise everything she says. And I think I may have worked out why. But before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, this video is brought to you by the great people at Manscaped.com. Now, this is an important announcement, an important question for the people out there who are unkept. Those men out there who think it's okay for their balls to get so hairy that they look like this delicious beard. This is a call out to the men whose partners secretly absolutely hate them because they are unkept and untidy. Or if you're a single man perusing the dating world and every single woman you meet looks at you and looks at your loins and goes, they make me sick. Listen, obviously they don't want to have Bigfoot sweating on top of them, all right? That's not anyone's dream. But I'll say this, I have the solution for you. The absolutely unbelievable Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. Ooh, listen to that. I won't go too close because it's got my pubes on it. The Lawnmower 4.0 with skin-safe technology means you can go for an ultra-close shave of those nether regions. And you see this? I won't actually go too close, but it's got a little light on it. You see that? That means you can get inside those disgusting, disgraceful, and unfortunate nooks and crannies. It has wireless charging and it's waterproof, so there's no excuses for not using it, ladies and gents. Ladies and gents? Yeah, sure, ladies and gents. But why stop there? Head to manscaped.com right now and grab yourself the Platinum package, which includes the Manscaped body wash, the 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, the Lawnmower 4.0, the Weed Whacker to destroy those nose and ear hairs. Oh yeah. The Manscaped underarm stick deodorant and the Crop Preserver ball deodorant as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you head to manscaped.com/Butterfield right now, you will get 20% off, free international shipping, and 2 free incredible gifts, including the anti-chafing boxer briefs and the shed travel bag. Oh my God! Ladies and gentlemen, sort your life out, sort your balls out, and go and check out manscaped.com and support those who support us. The New Zealand Prime Minister sees freedom of speech as something that is unnecessary. She sees controlled speech as something that is not only necessary, but is required for us as a society to operate at our best. She not only wants to control what you can say, but what you can hear as well. Who would have thought all these years that this lady with horse-like proportions was in fact Big Brother? Jacinda was recently invited to the UN to explain to the powers that be, the evil cabal, the real-life stonecutters.
Welcome to the club number 908. You have joined the sacred order of the stonecutters, who since ancient times have split the rocks of ignorance that obscure the light of knowledge and truth. Now let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
To explain to them why she believes that people should be controlled as to what they can and can't say on the internet and what they can and can't hear. And this definitely is not the first time that she has commented on people being allowed to say certain things, or in this case, joke about certain things. This is what she said after a comedian, a really good looking one, made a joke about the Christchurch massacre.
Okay, an Australian comedian in a stand-up show is being caught on camera making light of the Christchurch mosque attacks. I won't repeat the joke, but is that an acceptable thing for a comedian to be doing?
Look, if I'm talking in very general terms, no one in New Zealand, of course, would ever, want to see anyone taking lightly something that had such an extraordinary impact on our Muslim communities in the entire country.
Shut up, Jacinda. It was a great bloody joke. And also, if you're a dead shit, the comedian was me, because it's good looking. Yeah, fucking how you doing? And as for the journalist who said, oh, he was caught on camera, it was in my special, you twat. It was on Amazon Prime. What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, I digress. Here is Jacinda at the big bad UN.
This week we launched an initiative alongside companies and non-profits to help improve research and understanding of how a person's online experiences are curated by automated processes.
Okay, so they've launched an investigation into the evil algorithms.
This will also be important in understanding more about mis- and disinformation online.
Mis and disinformation, in my view, are dangerous terms. Why? Because whoever's in control, the government, your overlords, whoever, they control what the truth is, and therefore they decide what is mis and what is disinformation. They decide what is true and false. If you can't understand why that is a bad thing, then you are a fucking idiot. There's no other way to put that. You're a fucking idiot. Turn this video off and go and jam your ballsack into a fucking fridge. Or your flaps. I'm not fucking sexist, all right? Go and jam your flaps or your balls. So the group she's referring to is backed by big tech, big business, and government. So I guess, am I crazy for not trusting it too much? But also when I Googled Disinformation New Zealand, this group came up. It's called the Disinformation Project. And if this is who, I don't know who she's using, I think it's another group, but if this is how the group she is using to decide what is wrong and what is right, what is true and what is false, then we, the people of Australia, the people of New Zealand, the UK, America, anyone in the first world is in a whole lot of shit. Because if you go to the disinformationproject.org, I guess the Ministry for Truth was taken, you can find out that, make no mistakes, it is an organisation set up to uphold the truth as they see it, and if anyone disagrees slightly or drastically, then they are not only wrong, but the speech that they are using is hateful and violent and dangerous. The project is led by this lady called Kate Hanna, who studied gender science history. Wow. You must be a special soul. Right, let's circle back to the Supreme Leader, Jacinda Ardern.
This will also be important in understanding more about mis- and disinformation online, a challenge that we must, as leaders, address.
Well, yeah, that's the wrong video. Go back to the original one.
A challenge that we must, as leaders, address. Sadly, I think it's easy to dismiss this problem as one in the margins. I can certainly understand the desire to leave it to someone else. As leaders, we're rightly concerned that even the most light touch approaches to disinformation could be misinterpreted as being hostile to the values of free speech that we value so highly.
Fuck off, Jacinda. You don't give a shit about people having their freedom of speech taken, do you? You don't care. And you standing there like you're the one to save everyone. Who the fuck are you, mate? You're a politician. You shut up. I know sometimes when people say shut up, you sound like you don't have an argument, but just shut the fuck up. Go and have a good hard look at yourself. Honestly, this is just garbage that's coming out of your mouth. You want to control people. That's what you want. And she's not alone in this. Do not get me wrong. Biden, fucking anyone, right? Anyone in a position of power, I do not trust, all right? Although I'm pretty powerful. And I trust me. Go and see me live, you fucking hot blokes and chicks. The self-importance that I see in politicians reminds me of retail managers. For the first time, they have some control and they abuse the shit out of it. Now, yes, I do understand that hate speech exists. People can be awful, horrible, racist, sexist, homophobic, everything. People can be that. And that's unfortunate. But we can't just ban everything in case. You can't do that. Just in case it might upset someone, it might offend someone, let's ban everything. That is crazy. That is censorship. That is what a dictator does. The horrible things that we do here, I think they must be heard as well. Because as you hear a lot, either everything is okay or nothing's okay, because there's so much nuance involved in what is free speech and what is hate speech and what is correct speech and wrong speech and wrong think and all that shit. There's so much nuance here. That's why you have to allow everything. And the only way to beat horrible, rude, misogynistic, sexist, homophobic speech is to combat it with better speech, with argument, not banning it. When you ban shit, it sounds like you can't deal with it. It sounds like you don't have an argument against it, and particularly when it's borderline shit. Things about the vaccine and those type of things. When you ban that, are you crazy? That's why no one trusts you anymore. Not to mention having the government in control of what you can and cannot say and can and cannot hear is supremely dangerous. It's awful.
But we have an opportunity here to ensure that these particular weapons of war do not become an established part of warfare.
Strong words. This is all about COVID, let's be honest. It's all about the fucking Rona. It just so happens that governments do not like people being able to disagree with them and go against them. And that's why speeches like hers are written. Not by her, obviously. And God complexes formed. They get control, they want more control. You can never stop people. This is like the fucking big rock in Indiana Jones. You're not going to stop it, you just got to get out of the way of it.
But there is cause for optimism, because for every new weapon we face, there is a new tool to overcome it. For every attempt to push the world into chaos is a collective conviction to bring us back to order.
Jesus. There are new ways to bring people to order? That's a worrying way to end that speech, mate. She's talking about, of course, the citizens of the world, or New Zealand. The ones that she determined during the recent Great Sickness were two different classes of people.
So you basically said this is going to be like, well, it's almost like, you probably don't see it like this, the two different classes of people. If you're vaccinated or if you're unvaccinated, you have all these rights. If you are vaccinated...
That is what it is, so yep.
Now that may not seem that bad. It's just a needle. But things change. What is the next government-issued directive that we don't want to follow? That's the worry, right?
The most up-to-date information daily. You can trust us as a source of that information. You can also trust the Director General of Health and the Ministry of Health.
Can we? Why do you have to defend them so harshly? Like, if this is so trustworthy, why are you defending them every fucking day?
Otherwise, dismiss anything else. We will continue to be your single source of truth.
Dismiss everything else? We will be your single source of truth. Fucking righto, Dr. Evil. They are the truth. That's what they said 2 years ago. And now they're saying that other people with other opinions are violent. That's weapons. That's dangerous. Sounds like you like control. But anyway, let's go back to the Ministry of Truth, or the Disinformation Project. Ooh, a video.
A study has found a small group of disinformation super spreaders were responsible for the conspiracy theories that circulated during the Wellington protest.
Ah, super spreaders. Okay, so what were these protests? Let's have a look. Okay, so it was about the anti-mandate and anti-vaccine movement. Now, I can't show the actual footage of the protests on YouTube because they will demonetize the video, but what I will do instead is put up photos of my dogs whilst playing audio tracks of the actual protest behind it. But enjoy the photos of the dogs.
The Disinformation Project studied data from tens of millions of online post tweets and comments alongside hundreds of hours of live stream footage from the protest.
What you get for not listening to the people?
Okay, so they watched what you'd probably consider right-wing news, right-wing commentators, or in this case, and particularly with COVID, anyone who disagreed with the mainstream narrative.
At one point in February, more people were watching Facebook Live videos than verified news videos on all of mainstream media combined. The Disinformation Project believes many conspiracy theorists saw the protest as a great opportunity.
Okay, it's a conspiracy that natural immunity is good. Okay. As for people not trusting the mainstream media and trusting Facebook and YouTube, what does that tell you? It tells you that everyone's going, hang on a second, these pricks are fucked.
When NewsHub did a quick check today, almost everyone we asked still don't trust the mainstream media in New Zealand.
As I said at the start, the entire country of New Zealand is fucking fed up with this bullshit.
The Disinformation Project advises people to look for fact-based articles written by people who will be held accountable in their jobs if they get it wrong.
Lol, fuck off. If Jacinda Ardern gets what she wants, and people like the Disinformation Project get real power, governmental power, is that even a word? Who knows? Governmental power. Then free speech is not only under attack, it's almost 6 feet under. Ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East, me dick stinks. Toodle au revoir. Let me know in the comment section what you think. See ya. But man, I've had vegans at shows, right? I had a vegan at my Melbourne Comedy Festival show. He sat right up the front, and I said this. I said, are there any vegans here? And he put his hand up straight away, went, me? I'm a vegan. I was like, oh. I said, mate, you're a vegan, you're at my show. Bitch, do you know who I am? And so, oh, that's silly. That's like a Jew in 1942 just turning up at Auschwitz, right? The end. Anyway, we gassed the cunt, and